Alrighty, hello everybody. My last stream for some reason was entirely blacked out. OBS started at the very beginning, was displaying video, and then I kind of minimized it because I didn't need it anymore, right? I got my chats and whatever open, and I guess right after that it just decided we're just gonna do audio. So that's kind of annoying. So hopefully this will go better. Just going through the different sites here again, opening up the chats, popping them out. And that was the other thing, that the sites were showing video, which, you know, okay, everything was good. And then I popped that into the background. And yeah, right after that, everything decided that it wasn't going to do that anymore, so no more video. So we get to the end of that, it was like an hour and something, and then it's like, oh, that's just fantastic. There's no video. Yeah. Okay. So I got all the chats. Oh, you piece of... It just did it again, didn't it? Yes, it did. Interesting. Okay, give me a sec, because now I'm freaking aware of it. Okay. That is so weird. Okay, so I'm gonna have to, I don't know why that would change. Anyway, it's never done it before, so I don't know what the deal is. I don't know if there was an update to OBS or something that changes that, but just give me a sec. I'm just gonna rearrange my chat windows here, and then I'm gonna see if I can't set things up so I can still sort of see OBS over here on the side, just so I know that it's still working. Okay, I don't need that like that. That's fine. Actually, we could just pop it up in the background. There we go. Okay, there. So I can see. Okay, let's get in here. Interesting, interesting. So yeah, I've worked through a bit of stuff in the game here. Oops, that's not my... Too many fucking cables. I don't like wireless shit. It's too prone to problems. You get lag and whatnot like that. So that with wired, you get a lot better. So yeah, my controller is wired up, my headset's wired, my mouse is wired, my keyboard's wired. Yeah. It's been like that since wireless was a thing. It just, well, I mean, back in the day when it first came out, that was a lot different. There was a lot more input lag and whatnot, even, you know, just with mice and stuff. So I avoided it. And I guess it's just become kind of habit. But plus there's the whole aspect of having all that wireless bullshit going through the air, and it does affect you. Oh, okay, so we have to pick something up there, or and there. No, medium planks. And drop them off up here. Okay. What's the other guy got there? He does not have a flat deck. This one does. So I guess we'll use this. This thing has a surprisingly good turn radius for the length of it. I'm not too concerned about the trailer getting caught there. It'll swing itself around. However, up there that might be kind of tight, but we'll see if we can do it. Medium planks. Actually, this might work. Good, because I think medium planks take up 2 spots. Yeah. They have 6. Medium, yes. Load. And we'll put the other one on the loading platform. I'll do like I did last time, which you guys didn't get to see. I dropped off 4 cabins with this trailer. Just, oh, you're gonna do that to me, are you? You piece of shit. This is a bug. It's one of the only bugs I keep running into in this game, where the winchy stuff doesn't work right. Okay, restore crane. Let's just see. Sometimes it corrects itself. I'll just back up and I'll get closer anyway. If not, I'll jump back out to the main menu and then back in. That almost always fixes it. I think it always has, actually. Probably don't even need to put the anchor on. This guy's fairly stable, and these things aren't that heavy. Yeah, it's not gonna... Because if it did work, it'd get the little circle around the dot, and it's not, so... Alright. Turn to main menu. But, yeah, so I hooked up the 2 cabins on that trailer, and then I stuck another one on the front, which worked pretty good because the cabins have these little feet that stick down at each corner, and it was perfectly around that little step up there on the trailer. It fit perfect on there, so that cabin didn't go anywhere. And then I put another one on top, stacked it up on top, and I think, oh no, I tried that and it wasn't working. So what I did was I put it on top of the cab, and I used the crane to kind of hold it down, and that worked unusually well. Yeah, it was a rather uneventful trip the whole way. It was good because I didn't. Otherwise, it would have been two trips, and it was a long way from where those cabins were built to dropping them off at that port. So taking all of them like that was great. Wait. Go start the engine. Then I get the crane mode. There we go. So now I get the little circle. So silly game. I don't know if that's gonna work, but we're gonna try it anyway. We've got the crane, so I can always... Come on. Whatever. We'll see how that goes. So I can't use this crane to hold that down because the truck pivots separately from the trailer, and that would cause the crane to just bump that up right off of there, so I can't do that. But hopefully it's on there well enough that it's not going to be a problem. And I need to set my waypoints to get up there. Yeah, this is the better way to go. Then we have to go up here, down here. Oh, there. Yeah, better. Probably pick up some fuel on the way. Yep, we're good. And that seems rather stable, so that's good too. Get some fuel right there. Doesn't matter. I'll be passing a gas station here anyway. So I think, I don't know if it was the last one or the one before it, I bumped up the graphics to max, all except the shadows. That's where the shadows are a little flaky. but I wanted to see, because I forgot when I originally set the graphics up for this game, the driver I was using wasn't the greatest, and I've since discovered a few things about that for my Linux box here. So yeah, this is the Uber driver setup for this, so it actually did make quite a big difference. So this time, yeah, I've got it twanked out to the max. There is sometimes a bit of jitter when I'm turning like at the background, but for the most part, it's not bad. And it's an AMD system. Okay, I'm not bringing that in here with me because I need to go. I need to go in here and then make a really sharp turn here and go up this road, and I can't get around that with this trailer, so we're going to leave that. Oh yeah, just bounce that around. Of course, that would make things move. Let's see, the card is an AMD Asus Republic of Gamers. Is it a Strix, maybe? 6780 or 6750 RX XT. I think it's got 12 gigs of RAM. I bought it in 21, I believe. And so having the graphics maxed out pushes the card. It was running about 80, 70, something to 80 before. Now it's running about 90 to 100, depending on what it's doing. So. And I was a little worried about pushing it at 100, but when I was fucking around with my graphics, the drivers and stuff, I was running some utilities and things to check stuff, and even at 100%, the card barely gets hot. It's one of those 3-fan ones. But I mean, even with that, I want to make sure, right? I don't want to be toasting the card. The last one I had was a 2-fan. It was a... I can't remember now. It was an AMD, and I can't remember which model. But it was a lesser one, because at the time, when I built this system in 2020, that's when they had that big card shortage, video card shortage, and that was the best one I could get at the time, and it was really good. I can say it was really good, but it's the only card I've ever had that actually died because of let's see if I go that way. Let's just do it. He might get hung up on the trailer, but we'll see what happens. It got some kind of heat issue that cooked it, I think, because I started getting these weird graphical artifacts on the screen, and I'm pretty sure from what I looked up that's related to something on the card coming loose because the solder's been melted too much heat. But this one, yeah, running at 100, it only gets to, it wasn't even much, it was like 50 degrees C. Maybe it was into the 60s at one point, but that's nothing. That's good. I think it was hot out at the time too. Like the environment was hot. But in any case, the card, I'm really happy with it. I am playing Cyberpunk 2077 now too. I put off buying it when it originally came out. There were all the issues with it, and I wasn't interested. And it was like $80 dollars, whatever the hell it was. Maybe it was more. I don't know. And I didn't want to spend money on a game that was having a lot of issues, buggy and whatnot. But it was on sale big time, just the other week there. So I bought the updated version of it that has some extra stuff. And the default settings, because I think it, like most games, will detect your card and your hardware and whatnot. It'll set up with recommended settings, and it was Ray Tracing Ultra. And that worked, but it was choppy. It wasn't great. I don't know why the game decided to do that, but eventually I played around with, there's a shitload of graphical settings in there, and I could kind of get it working, and there's a benchmark. I mean, anybody who has the game probably knows this, but yeah, there's a benchmark thing you can do in the graphics. So it'll run through a little scene and show the frame rate and whatnot, and give you a summary at the end. And although ray tracing works and all that, it was a little too jerky for me. I didn't care for it. I wanted the frame rate to be at least 60. So I ended up I turned off the ray tracing on that game and just did it at ultra settings. So everything's maxed out. It's just no ray tracing, and that seems to work great. I get like 147 frames per second. Things look nice and smooth, and it's fine. I mean, it does look slightly better with the ray tracing on, but it wasn't a big difference, so I'm not overly concerned. It's kind of like, you get your 3D movies. You go to them and, the first couple of minutes into the movie, you're like, ooh, this is cool, everything's in 3D, and then you don't even notice it. Because it's like, whatever, you're just into the movie, right? You're not there for the 3D specifically. I mean, were they going to show 3D blocks floating around and stuff? Ooh, it's 3D, but no, you're there for the movie, so it's kind of the same thing. So I'm not too broken up about that. And the ray tracing does work. I've got the Metro enhanced game that's got ray tracing in it and stuff, and that one looked fantastic when I turned that on, and it works. It pushes the card, but it works fine. Worked better than Cyberpunk. So, and I think MechWarrior 5 also has ray tracing support, and I have no issues with that one either. So I was thinking about playing that again. It's one of those games, it's been a couple of years and I'm a little afraid to get back into it because I want to continue where I left off, but I don't remember exactly everything, how the game works, and you don't want to make a decision that's going to tank your unit money-wise or get you in a position where you're just screwed. Because you have to fly around the galaxy and it costs so much money to do so, and this and that and the other thing, and I can't remember it all, so. Kind of have the same thing with Skyrim. I'm really far along in that game, put hundreds of hours into that. And I kind of like to get back into it, but when I went in, it was like, oh, I can't remember how to do spells or how any of it works, and I was like, fuck. I was visiting one of my places in one of the towns, and a fucking dragon attacked. And I was like, I've never seen that inside of a town before. Normally you have to go out and find them. Here I am walking around this town, and all of a sudden there's a fucking dragon, and it wasn't a storyline driven thing, it was just a random thing that happened. I was like, what the fuck? Ended up killing him, but because my character's just that far along, it wasn't that hard. Plus there was an NPC that was there from the town helping out, and I think I have the vampire chick as my companion or whatever, and she was doing pretty good, but actually with that one I went big into bows, archery, and so I can do like massive damage with my bow. And it was like, the whatever it is, one of the better bows or the best bow you can get or make, and with the upgrades. And yeah, I kind of was thinking I want to get into either one. Oh, we're here already. Either one of those games might be fun to get back into. Or X4, that's a fun game. And they added some new content, so there's some things to do. So I could get back into that. Oh, and they did some huge updates, like game updates, in terms of with the way things look, and so the graphics. Some updates to make things look better, easier. I don't know if I'm going to be able to. I could probably push them down there. Yeah, that's as far as it goes. Yeah. I just have to get them down on the lower deck. And then I can pack them. It's so easy to fuck this up. Like knock it off the side or something. Okay, there we go. Yay! Oh, now there's a bridge. Hooray for me! And I need more planks for another bridge. Over here. See, I never bothered. Usually I do, the bridges are one of the first things I do, and then warehouses and stuff. Warehouses and bridges and blockages. You know, if there's like a bunch of, a hill fell over a road or something, and sometimes there's jobs to clean that up and stuff. So usually I do all of that stuff first, so you get access to warehouses and easier access to stuff, like the roads are open. You don't have to go all the way around. But these two I didn't bother with because, well, why bother? I got this easy road here, nice paved. There's nothing up here to get at anyway, and this is like, there's two other ways around here, so why would I bother? And with this one, it's just a little loop, and like, who cares? Fuck. It's kind of a dumb spot, but whatever, it's a mission, so we're gonna do it. Alright, so we can get some here. What do we have? He's got 8. He does not have a trailer. That is a log trailer. That is also a log trailer. Generator. I need 3 though. That's a big. There's a trailer store over here. Oh. Why is that there? Oh, and there's a big one down here too. Ooh, that's one of the 6ers. So I could put all 3 on there. No funny stuff. So I could grab him, take him across the ferry, grab that stuff, and then I could come back across the ferry and head up here. Of course, as soon as I say that, I know this. Oh no, this is the path here. I'm thinking this was fucking hanky, but this should be okay. Okay, let's do that. Assuming he can take this trailer. Let's see if he's got the hitch for it. He does not. Oh man. Yeah, I could hook him up with a 4 trailer, but he doesn't have, with the pull behind type, but he doesn't have a crane, so I'd only be able to take 2 of the 3 medium planks with that. That blows. This guy's probably the same thing. Yeah, he doesn't have. And with that setup, I could take 2 of the 3. So either I drive this guy all the way back, or I grab another truck. That's a saddle high, I know it is. Something that can take a saddle high. I'm always disappointed. I grab this guy and he's got like 4 options or something, and it's never what I need. Let's have a look. He's tall, so if he's gonna have a saddle, it'll be yeah, he doesn't have a saddle high. Yeah, this guy is so frickin' useless. Alright, back you go, buddy. Back in the storage. What else do we got here? He probably gonna have a saddle high, but he's low. These trucks generally aren't great for the off-road stuff, and there's gonna be a fair amount of that, so this might be a headache. He also doesn't have the mud tires, just these. Let's skip him for now. This guy, sometimes he's good, but he's only got the 2 axles, 4 tires. He's got extra fuel and stuff. I don't know if he's gonna be able to do it. I don't know if he's got saddle high either. we'll skip him. The Warthog, no, he's bad. I remember him, he's bad. This one might be a possibility. Let's have a quick peek. This guy's really bad. The Royal Tiger, this one's good. Ooh, take the Boar. I haven't had the Boar out in a while. Alright, let's do that. He doesn't carry his own fuel and like extra fuel and whatnot, which kind of blows, but let's have a look here. Front side, I just want to double check. Yeah, he doesn't have any options up there. Front bumper's probably already been... I always look from the side here. I want one that's as far back and as high as possible, so none of these make any difference. Well, both of those push it out, and you want it back far, so psh. So yeah, I've probably done this already. Okay, none of those. Yeah, there's nothing there that's gonna help me. Alright, so we're gonna head down here. We're gonna grab this trailer. We're gonna head across, grab the stuff, and come back up. Alright. Actually I know how to get there. Not gonna bother mapping it out. And we'll grab some fuel when we're there. Oh, what the hell's with that? Jump up. What is going on here? There we go. Jesus Christ, he's a little bouncy slash tippy. I'm a little nervous. Okay, this isn't promising. Even with no load, he's having some issues getting through some of this. I mean, I'm not coming back this way for the, no, I'm not coming back this way with the load, but still. Kind of expected some engine damage from that bounce, but looks like we're good. Let's go this way. Now getting up that rocky bit up there is going to be fun. See how she does. Let's be careful here. Rocks like this are good for busting things. Come on. Every time I take a vehicle up here, this becomes a problem. Oh, there we go. Alright. That's one nice thing about these wheels. They're a little bit better grip on the rocks. If you have the just the knobby mud tires. They're great in mud, but they're terrible on rocks. Just terrible. Oh shit. Okay. Thought we were gonna flip there for half a second. Actually, I did make a few mistakes on that video that I had to delete anyway. Where I took a guy out to get something and I wasn't paying attention and I went to the drop-off spot instead of the pickup point, so I had nothing to drop off. I was like, for fuck's sakes. Had to go get another guy to do that. It was closer to the pickup. get the stuff I needed. No, made it through here without damaging anything, so that's something. It's like the game knows, because there's a fix-it spot right here that I could just drive over that yellow square there, and that would fix everything up. Right, I have to go get the trailer. Wait a minute, is there a fuel station right here somewhere too, or is that on the other side? Nothing there, although I could go to the trailer store and grab something. But you know what? We gotta go here anyway. I'll just drop into the fuel station when I'm there and get that. This had better be a high. I'm pretty sure it's a high. Yeah. Alright, where are we? I need to get back down here. Sorry, over here. So I gotta turn this thing around. Maybe I'll just go around the block here. Yeah, these trailers are great. So there's 6 spots for a load. They come with, I think it's 240 liters of fuel that you can use, and something like 400 to 500 repair parts, which is really, really good. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, we'll do O2. So yeah, my car in real life, I replaced all the brakes, the calipers and everything, and the rears were powder coated red, so that's fine. They came that way, that's great. The fronts I couldn't find in that, so I had to get them bare metal, which I should have known this and I wasn't thinking about it. They're covered in zinc, because zinc is like the sacrificial metal. If you've got zinc touching a piece of steel, and that steel, say, gets into a really corrosive, saltwater area or something, the zinc's what's going to corrode, not the steel. So as long as that zinc is touching anywhere on that metal piece, the zinc will corrode before the metal does. The steel. So that's the idea behind that. But apparently zinc is really bad for paint to adhere to. Am I going to be able to turn around here? Because I think I have to go... Oh, I just have to go back down here and then up. Okay, so we'll do that, and... I might go this way. I usually just cut through here, but with that trailer, this might be the safer way to go. And I'll make sure I put that there, because usually I do a turn here and I go down this way, because I'm usually heading back to the garage, and that's kind of the quicker, better way. But for this, we're going to do this. Oh, there's fuel right there. Scout fuel carrier. Right on. I might need that. But because we need to turn around, I'm going to... Actually, I can pick up the load here. What the hell? Medium planks. 1, 2, 3. Anyway, so to powder coat the brakes, I would have had to remove all the internals and like the pistons and everything, and send it off to get it done. And I didn't feel like doing that because they were brand new, and at the time I was under the impression that once you remove some of those parts, you have to replace them with new parts. And I thought, well, the thing's brand new, I don't want to do that, so I thought I'll just paint it like I painted my old ones. So the old ones, I used a DuPont ceramic brake caliper paint, and it worked, but it always used to chip, and it drove me nuts because I thought, what's the point of this? It's just chipping off everywhere. Turns out there's a reason for that, because they were covered in zinc, those calipers, the old ones I had when I did that back when. So instead of that, because I thought that paint was a problem, I bought this fancier stuff, G2 two-stage ceramic brake caliper paint. It's supposed to be like almost as good or better than powder coats. So I bought this stuff and I used it. I followed the instructions exactly, and said it takes about 2 days to cure. Actually, let's touch this just in case. We'll come through here because it'll fill up the repair parts thing. Nope, I guess we're good. If I used any before on that trailer, that would have got them topped up again. So yeah, I bought this fancy stuff, used it, and 48 hours later, and it's only supposed to take 24 hours to cure 100%. I had them hung up on a ladder where I painted them so it made it easier and stuff. Put them on the car and I bumped it and the paint chipped. And I was like, well, what the fuck is this? Like, this isn't some kind of super paint. It was pissing me off. And since then I've had them off once before, or once again to do something else, and the same thing. They just chipped really easy, and I was kind of annoyed. And so I asked them, I looked into their warranty, because they have this insane warranty, which means if the paint ever chips, ever, they'll send you new paint. So I sent them the whole story. I didn't have proof of purchase, which was one of the things they require, because for some odd reason, the company that I bought it from, I was actually in Quebec. I wanted to buy from a Canadian company to avoid shipping delays and all that stuff. And this place called Tire Stickers in Quebec had it, so I bought it from them, and they never gave me any emails after I did the initial purchase on their website. You know, usually you get a confirmation email, and that's kind of like your receipt and all this stuff. Never received anything. It came really fast in the mail, which was great, but I never got a receipt, and I thought that was really weird, because I've never had that happen before with anything I bought. Like, it doesn't matter how small or whatever, online or whatever. So yeah, I was like, so I bugged them I think twice for the receipt, because I figured I'm going to need this for the warranty. And they still haven't got back to me, dickholes. I was going to go after them because, according to Quebec law, they have to provide a receipt. And there's another one for purchases made from outside the province, which also covered me on some things concerning this. So I was going to hit them with that. And then I thought, well, you know what, I'll just bug this company anyway. There's G2 guys in the States and for the warranty, and sent them pictures of the damage and the paint that I have, like the can and everything, and my visa, the part of the statement that has what I paid for it and where I bought it from and stuff. And they were good with that. They were like, yep. And they said, you know, the reason it probably didn't work was because your brakes, the calipers were coated in zinc, and paint doesn't adhere to that very well. So basically the gist is they're sending me another batch. They mix it, it's good for 2 years, well, 18 months. And then I have to take the calipers apart and probably get them sandblasted to take off the zinc. I looked into that too. I was like, what's better, the zinc or this stuff? And apparently this stuff is better than the zinc, because I thought, well, I could just leave it as is, and then I kind of got a little bit of paint, which doesn't really do anything other than maybe looks, and the zinc coating underneath. But yeah, whatever. Apparently having this stuff on when it's actually really on is way better than just the zinc. So they're sending that. It's already in the mail. It's on the way. And we're here already. Cool. So my plan is I have the old calipers because the paint goes a long way. It's a small can, and I barely used any of it, and I did like 3 coats. Wait a minute. So I'm going to clean up my old calipers and carriers and whatnot, and at some point maybe, I don't know, because it's gonna have to take the calipers off the car again, so I have to do all that. So my car's gonna be out of commission for a bit, and then I'm gonna send all that stuff off to get it sandblasted. And then when I get that back, I'll paint it up with this G2 two-stage caliper paint, and I'll have I'll buy a repair kit for the old ones because I have to replace those parts anyway. They're worn. Okay, is that? Oh no, there's more jobs here. Oh, just these. Okay. What do we have here? I should just use one of these guys to do this. This is probably not a good truck for that. What do we have over here? The Kenworth. This one's probably also not great. Oh. I take that back. This thing's so weird. Big gas tank on it, plus I can attach a trailer and... But he'd have a much better time, I think, getting around than the other guy would. Alright, I'll head up here, there, and here. I probably have to go around this road here. That'll be fine. He'll be good at that. I'll take off this trailer, though. So yeah, that's my plan going forward. I also have my old steering knuckles. I replaced them a couple of years back. I had a bearing that was going out, one of the front wheels. The rear ones are easy to deal with. If you have to replace those, you can take the hub off, which has the bearing in it, and just put a new one on, and it's not that big a deal. The front wheels, unfortunately, the hub is pushed into the steering knuckle, which is what everything on the front end attaches, like the wheel and everything attaches to that, and your steering assembly and all that. It's kind of a pain in the ass, because you need like a big press or a special tool that will pull or push the bearing through there, or the hub, I guess, with the bearing in it. So instead, it was cheap enough just to buy new steering knuckles, because I replaced both, with the new hubs and stuff in them. And I thought, you know, I'll keep the old ones, and someday I'll use them again, clean them up. And I suspect one of them might be having an issue, so... sure. I don't usually do these for the, like, get it done as fast as you can type deal. Just put on the Always road. I just do them to get them off my list. If I can get them done fast, that's great. But other than that, they're just an annoyance. I just want them off the list. So, anyway, one of them might be starting to go. So I'm thinking, come on, you piece of crap. I might get those done at the same time. I don't know if I want to paint them red though. Like black would be good. But red, that's a little too much red under there. I don't know if I want to do that. Because that's what the paint will be, it'll be red. But another thing I'm thinking is So there's this, if you use phosphoric acid or tannic acid on surface rust, it changes the rust into a kind of a blackish crystal that gets right down into the metal, the cracks where the rust is and stuff. It converts the rust into this stuff, which helps prevent future rust. People since the beginning of the Iron Age in a couple of cultures discovered this and were doing this. I mean, you can find some of these old metal tools and stuff are still around today because this stuff preserved them. It's great, and you know, the corporations and stuff don't want people knowing this or using it because they prefer if you spent lots of money on rust paint like Trimclad and stuff, which doesn't last. Doesn't really do it. They're temporary measures. This is a lot. It's also temporary, but it gives you a lot more time. So what I was thinking, because this is a thing you can do, is after I sandblast that stuff, I let it rust a little bit. Maybe I'll try and make it rust a little bit, and then I'll coat it with this. I bought some, I can't remember what the hell the shit was called. But it has phosphoric acid in it. It's for rust. And it converts the stuff, and boy, you are just going to be a giant pain in the ass, aren't you? In my pit. If this truck's having a hard time getting through here. Looks like we're still in the gold metal zone at the top right there. It's still gold. It hasn't changed to bronze or silver color yet, so we're still within the time limit for getting the gold. I don't remember what the limit was, but we're still on our way. Anyway, let the stuff rust a bit, coat it up with this stuff that will convert the rust. You don't want like big flakes of rust, right? You got to take that off. But I was tempted to go through there, but I'm thinking that might be a problem. I've done that before, and sometimes it pays off. Like it's a nothing burger. You can just drive right through. Like the shortcut I was thinking of taking here. Other times it's way worse. You like sink right in, and it's like, yeah, there's no getting through it. Come on. Yeah, do that, and then paint it. So that's kind of a double whammy then, which you can do. I know you can paint that stuff because I've read about it a lot. So then, even if the paint chips, I'll still have this coating, this kind of a crystalline metallic coating underneath that that'll help protect things as well. So we got, what is that, bronze? Yeah, so we didn't even get silver. Poop. It's always really quick. It goes from gold, and then there's like a couple of seconds almost to get to the silver, and then a couple more seconds, and then you're into the bronze, and you can take like, I could drive around the map and come back and still get a bronze. But that's fine. Let's drive this guy just off out of the way here, just in case I come around here with something else. Alright, what is the other one? Literally on a timer. Alright, buddy, you're close. You're going. So that was up here somewhere. Where was it? Over there. Alright, let's see how she goes. So that is the plan. I just don't know what I'm going to do paint-wise with the steering knuckles, because I don't think I want those, a bright metallic-y red up in the front there. That's way too much, especially if the calipers are going to be red too. The exact same red. You need a bit of a contrast. God damn, this thing turns really fucking slow. Oh, it stops slow too. Jesus, that was close. Because you get used to these other vehicles. Yeah, this guy is a smaller turn radius, or sorry, a wider turn radius, and he's slower to react, turning right or left. So the dude inside is probably just cranking the wheel a lot. Like, turn, turn, turn. It's reasonably fast though. I like that. Yeah, I do all this stuff to try and keep my vehicle going as long as possible. I mean, it still looks like new. It's still in great shape. Actually, it's better than new in a lot of ways. And I bought it new in 2001. So technically, I think 25 years. If a vehicle is 25 years or older, it's considered an antique. So as of June this year, my car is now an antique. Oh, you know what? I should look into that because I think the insurance for an antique is less. There was some bonus with having an antique vehicle. I think imports and stuff too, like if I ever moved to, the States or something or wherever, it's a lot easier to transport vehicles that are considered antiques because it's like a collector's item then or something, it's not, even though it's my daily driver. Okay, where's this? What the fuck is going on here? Oh man, don't tell me. Where is it? That's like why do they do this? One secure container. I should have paid more attention. I just have to drop that off there, but there should be a start point. Or am I blind and just not seeing it? Oh, literally on a timer. Here we are. Stupid. There's no garage on this one. Oh, there is two. Okay, we'll just bounce him back. I'll leave him there for now. Maybe he'll come in handy for something else. Let's move him out of the way. Because, yeah, I think there's something to do with these. There's a couple of missions in the contracts, which is this piece here. But yeah, I want to get this out of the way first. So, alright, we're taking this dude. Just FYI, he's loud. He's the loudest vehicle in the game. I don't know how loud he's going to be in here, but I guess we're going to find out. So I want to go there. And then, oh, but I have to take, shit. Truck with crane is recommended. I need to deliver a container. I might actually be able to do it. Those aren't very big. Yeah, he has a crane. So I could probably just winch it. Okay, let's just see what happens here. But yeah, I paid myself thousands and thousands of dollars doing a lot of the work on the car myself. From changing door lock sensors to fuel injectors to the wheels to the brakes to whatever. Sometimes it's a huge pain in the ass. But when you think about the cost, I mean, even getting the tools doesn't cost near as much sometimes as going, into the dealer or whoever to get this work done. Oh, okay. Easy mode. Okay, crane mode. Grab it. Let's put it on top, maybe. I don't know, it doesn't really matter where I put it. Yeah, pulling in the cable is crap. It's so, this isn't exactly a great idea because it's going to add weight to the top. Maybe I should put them around back here. the center of gravity a little lower. Come on, I'm on timer here. There we go. It's not seeming too loud. There's a damage bar at the top, so they're going to do that. You know what? Fuck it. Drive over this. It'll repair me and top up my repair supplies. There we go. Before we go too much further, yeah, it is there. Okay, so across here, there, and there. Okay, go. So yeah, if I pop it into high gear like I did there on the lower right, so you have to get moving first because you can't start from the stop in high gear. It damages your engine and shit. So you start moving just a little bit, then pop it into high gear, and it pops your speed up significantly, and then go down into automatic, and you can get a little bit faster out of it than that. Because if you're just in automatic, it takes a while to work up through the gears, where going into high mode right away, after you've started moving, bumps you up into like almost your top gear like instantly, and then you can pop over to automatic and it'll jump up the one or two gears that it has left to do. You'll be going as fast as whatever the vehicle you're in will do. But yeah, I want to keep that car going as long as possible, although diesel just got super expensive. It's as expensive as I've ever seen it. So it was $2.13 a liter at the gas station just down the street here, which is what would that be? $6.40 to $6.50 per gallon. That's crazy. When I first bought the car, 2021, because I've been tracking, I have a spreadsheet. There was a point when gas was 21 cents a liter. 21 cents. I'm sure that was 25 years ago, but still. Yeah, I'm not going through that again. Let's go this way. 21 cents to now $2.13. And that's diesel, and that's kind of important because, I mean, it sucks for me, as a consumer. Of course, a lot of people, if they have a home vehicle that runs on diesel, it's usually a truck these days. Very few cars left because they don't sell them. Because the assholes decided that we shouldn't have them because they're dirty or something when they're actually not. I know, if you look into it, they're way more efficient than... oh shit. I gotta put it into, damn it, give me that, there we go. They're more efficient, the engines last longer. Let's hope that's still in. Stupid piece of goddamn fucking... Come over here. Trying to make it. It can't be that fucking heavy. Give me a break. What the hell? Oh, I bet you. Damn it. I have to have a spot where I can load it, and then I can, like, onto a trailer or something. Fuck. Alright. Go there. Fuck. Sometimes you can just put it in the area and then it'll let you, like, say, yeah, it's here, and I guess this is not one of those. And I'm sure if I change vehicles, I will cancel this. It probably won't work. So I need a vehicle with a crane. You're reasonably close to... Oh no, you're the... And you have fuel on you, I remember. So, yeah, that's not going to work. Alright. Yep, objective failed. Okay, so I'll have to redo it again, that's fine. Let's see, let's get a vehicle that has one spot and a crane. I don't know if he's going to have a flat deck. Fuck it. Oh, maybe, yeah, he will. Okay. Now what about the crane? Oh, there it is. Good, we can do both. Alright. Yeah, I'm gonna have to head back down there and restart it. Because I'm betting... Let's have a look. Oh, it's still there. Ah, well, the objective was failed anyway, so... Let's head down there. Wait, that's not the way I want to go. It's a long trip. A long pain in the ass trip. Okay, I'll put these guys in here so we know where to go, because we do know where to go now. And back here, then up here. And that'll be good enough. This guy might be fast though, that'll be good. Oh, if I don't fall over. I did that in real life once. Farm truck. Took a turn too sharp and was up on 2 wheels. With my younger brother and my mom in the vehicle with me. Well, there was something she never let me forget. There was where did we go? We went to the grocery store in the city. I don't know if it feels like I was pretty young, so I probably had like my learners, so somewhere between 14 and 16 years old. And we came into town, and it was raining, and she got out of the vehicle, and she forgot her umbrella. Right, it was right there, and I reached over and grabbed it. I said, "Don't forget your broom." I don't know why that came out like that. Seriously, though. And she stopped and looked at me like, "What did you say?" Don't forget your broom. And she never let me forget that. I mean, she laughs, but it was like, yeah. I think even at the time started laughing. Like, what the fuck? You old witch. That was the implication, right? Uh, stupid shit. This spot's always a little bit of a pain to get through, but usually not too bad. You know, I say that and then okay, we're kind of through. Kind of. Sort of. Almost. There was a guy popped into the chat on one of the previous streams. It was a ways back when I was playing this. And he says, I drive trucks for a living. He says, for the life of me, I don't know why someone would want to play a game about it. I mean, I guess. Although, now that I think about it, there are, the American and European truck simulator games. There are actual truck driver guys that play that and stream it. So, I used to wonder about that too. I thought, why would you? It's like me doing a job about IT work. I mean, I hate doing it. When the in-laws and stuff have issues and with their computers or any of the family, it always kind of, I'm fine at work and then I get home and I don't want to deal with it anymore. You know what I mean? Somebody has a goddamn computer issue and it's like, oh. But you're the guy, you're the go-to guy, you're the one that does it and knows it, and yeah. You know what surprises me is the number of people, streamers, big-time streamers too, that have no clue about how the computer they're using works. They depend on other people to set them up, and if they have a technical issue with a game or something, or they're helpless. It's I don't know. I guess because when I grew up, I guess you could say it was the golden age of computers, the Wild West. When I started playing computer games, the graphics were very, very rudimentary. There was a lot of text-based games, and think Pong, that kind of idea. Actually, that was around the same time that I started playing computer games. No, actually, that was in the 70s, wasn't it? I think we didn't get our first computer until it was 87, I think. My dad bought a computer, an Apple IIe, which I still have. It's downstairs, all boxed up. And, but yeah, at school, I think it was a few years before that, we were using, they brought a computer in, an Apple II, in, I don't know, would have been early to mid 80s, maybe? You gotta be kidding me, am I stuck here? Maybe I should have went around the other way. So yeah, the graphics were very rudimentary, and but it was fun, right? Because it was still, something had never been done before, and nowadays everybody just takes it for granted that you got your computer games and stuff. But back then, that was new. That was cool. I mean, you were going from playing, board games and card games, and there was, there were computer, quote unquote, games. You could get like Radio Shack and stuff that had, beeps and boops and little LED lights and things, and I suppose they used the LCD no color or anything for graphics and stuff. But again, those were super rudimentary, but they were fun because that was it, right? Then you start getting into computers with color and more horsepower and stuff. It was fun. It was a good time. Good time to be playing all that stuff. It was so much fun. And then as it progressed, right, the graphics kept getting better. You went to from the wireframe stuff up to stuff that had a lot more detail, and the resolution was higher, and that was always the thing. The resolutions kept getting higher, and I should have stopped there and got repairs. Whatever. I don't remember why I started talking about that. Yeah, it's because I'm getting old. Probably because I don't care anymore either. You get old, you get to a point where you just don't give a shit. Actually, you know what I've really noticed about getting old? The biggest problem is the lack of energy. You start to lose energy. Mental, physical, and that seems to affect things more than anything else. Even the memory and stuff. Okay, so I'm gonna have to grab this when it's. But I find, if I, work out a lot, especially, some cardio type thing, and. Look at this guy bounce around as the crane comes out. That's not good. Watch this, just pull him right over. No. Start crane, pack cargo, let's go. But yeah, if I've had a really good sleep, I slept well, or sometimes it has to do with the foods you eat, and if you work out, like I said, if I work out a lot, you get that zip back. It's a lot easier to think, connect the dots, to remember things. It's just all is so much easier and better, and I think it's got a lot to do with just the cardio, getting the blood flowing. Getting the energy levels up. Things you take for granted when you're younger. Although it's a problem then too, really. But it becomes more of a problem the older you get. Man, I don't even need to get fuel. This thing was great on fuel. Okay, slow down here a bit because this thing for sure will tip over. Pop it in high gear. Back into automatic. There you go. So we're in like 3rd out of 4 gears down on the right. And now we're at top speed again. This might damage me, but let's go through here at top speed. Okay, no damage. Let's see, there was a few years back when we bought this place in 2010. I don't know if it was that year or the year after, because our lot was just bare. There was no grass. Actually, a lot of weeds. At the neighbors was way worse. Holy shit, that he had weeds that were like a meter tall. A yard, whatever. It was crazy. Come on, you. But so we put in a lawn, and around the perimeter I planted a bunch of trees and shrubs and stuff. It's a pie lot. It's not the biggest pie lot, but it's far from the smallest. So there's a fair amount of space out there, and I did all this, and it was a lot of work. It was like 2 weeks of the summer doing nothing but digging holes and all that, and it was weird. I noticed after that I just felt more alive, I guess, than I had since I was like 15 or something. I don't know, it was weird. It was just, everything was so much better, clearer, less fuzzy-headed. Like it was a huge noticeable difference. But I mean, it was so much work. I was sweating my balls off every fucking day, sore, and it is a lot of work to work out that much. And yeah, I haven't done that much since then, I don't think, so. But it's interesting. It's something to keep in mind, right, when you get older. Okay, now I should be able to... There we go. Well, I got a silver on that one. That actually isn't too bad. Alright, so that's it for the normal missions, the tasks on this, unless there's one I can see here that I haven't picked up. I don't see any. They look like that, like a little notepad-y thing. What's that? Oh, nobody. The neighbor does piano lessons, so the camera must have picked up this lady and her daughter walking out to their vehicle. The phone beeps when it detects people in the zone. Let's see, did I do all the jobs here? Yes. Did I do all the jobs here? Yes. And did I do all the jobs here? No. Oh, these two. Okay. Large service scout trailer. Oh, right, I had to deliver that there. This guy might do well at this. But yeah, so I gotta do that at some point. I'd kind of like to do it sooner, the brakes that is. I'd like to do it sooner than later. It's just now I'm back to work, and I have to get the things powder coated or not powder, no, I got that paint coming, I'll use that. Cost enough, I'm not going to spend more money. 72 fuel should be enough. Can I get more fuel into this thing? Yes, I can. Awesome. This guy is pretty amazing at getting through it, like just about anything. But he's got major limitations, and that is what he's got there, that trailer, or his two-spot load in the back here, that's it. There's no options for him for anything else. He can tow trailers, but just the normal type. He can't do the ones that take a saddle, because obviously he can't change his back end at all. But yeah, he's pretty good on fuel and can get through just about anything. So for this mission, this timed run thing, he should get through here pretty good. Just, the graphics are a little bit hanky there, aren't they? It's like the faster your vehicle goes, the worse things get. Okay, if you're spinning a lot, you're not going anywhere. It's actually quicker to slow down. Go. Oh. I have to wait till night. Alrighty. How do I tell what time it is? I think the map tells you somewhere. Oh, there's at the top. Morning. 12:41. Alright, so we're not doing that one. We'll come back and do him when it's nighttime. Oops, that's the same one. Secret race. Do I have a vehicle right here? Just him, really. Yeah, he's close, but he's on the wrong side. Oh no, actually I can get across there, can't I? What is this? Oh, I have two vehicles here. Mac Defense and the Pacific. Ooh, the Mac Defense, he'd be good. Okay, let's do that. Yeah, let's go up here. That's water, right? Yeah, okay. I was thinking I could fuel up, but whatever. Yeah, we'll come down the tracks. Actually, oh, I can't go through there. Okay, so let's go here, there, and there. Check it out. He is relatively new. I think I got him on the last season 11 area somewhere there. It's his exhaust that is causing a little bit of lag there when I'm looking through it, through his exhaust. Crap. Let's go this way. Looks like there's two ways around. We'll take the shorter route. I think he can handle it. Like I was saying, it doesn't take much sometimes for these rocks to fuck you up. Oh man, you gotta be kidding me. That water will push you too. You can see the flow of it from right to left. If you get into some of the games, it's crazy. You get in the water and your truck just starts floating downriver, basically. Okay, where are we going? So let's go fast. That seemed a little... Just want to touch that blue area. Come on. There we go. Oops. Yeah, I don't want to get hung up on it. So I just saw this video online of this scariest movies of the 70s or something. And there was one on there that I remember when I was a little kid. I saw it on TV that there's like this little like voodoo monster puppet thing that this lady has for whatever reason. And it comes to life at one part of the movie and it goes after her, right? And I remember it's just like super scary. I think I saw it in black and white too, because I remember it in black and white. But this little thing, she's hiding out in the bathroom and it's like making noises and stuff and trying to get at her. It's shoving a knife under the door and it's all like manic. It wants to get at her really bad. And yeah, I remember being like, you know, a little kid. I was like, ooh, it scared the shit out of me. So I just saw this today, and I can't remember the Terror or something. I can't remember the name of the movie. But yeah, I just looked it up, and they have the full movie on YouTube. And so I watched it again. I thought, ooh, let's see if it's, you know, actually scary. And it was more of it was more funny. I was watching. I was like, oh my god, I was scared of this. But I mean, I guess when you're, you know, just a little kid. All right. And another race. Let's go fish one. It's probably behind me, isn't it? Yeah. Alright, so we're going to turn around and restart this mission. And let's refuel. Well, he doesn't carry a lot of fuel. Shit. A lot of spare fuel, that is. Alright. Contest. Restart. Go. I don't think we're getting any golds, but then again, everything would be having problems getting through some of that, so. Yeah, I swear it's getting more, the graphics are getting more twitchy. It must be his exhaust. It's gotta be. This looks like a wheel breaker. Huh? Got through there with no problem. Sometimes these vehicles that don't go the fastest but still, you know, pull through the really shit areas with ease, do way better than a faster vehicle. Because the faster vehicles, they go really fast on straightaways, they get really bogged down, and then don't do near as good. Okay, watch us blow some tires out here. Come on. No? Huh. Shocking. Usually when you're going your top gear and shit, and you hit things like that, or even just sometimes just sticks on the road and shit, it's not good. Yeah, now we're getting some lag. Oh yeah, I've been here before. Fuck this place. The grip here is unusually bad in this grassy area, and I don't know why. Come on, why are we going so slow? Go, faster. At least the other vehicle I brought down here, he had a hell of a time. I ended up down in those trees, and this guy's doing not too bad through here. Haven't tipped over or anything. Which way? Shit. Now we're into the silver territory. Crapola. And we're in bronze. We must be really close to the end now. Good enough. Okay, so I think that's it for all of the little tasks. Dun, dun, dun. I don't see any more paper-looking items on the map, so now we're into just these. And there are still a bunch to do. I think I've almost got all this one done, yeah. I guess we can start up here. What the hell? Run and dry. Delivering water. Okay, looks like we can get water from there. There's a heavy water carrier tank. It's probably a high saddle. Gonna deliver to these guys. Shit. Just taking a look at him. Yeah, he's gonna be a saddle high. That might do. There is a truck that has a big water tank. I think it's its main purpose. It's got a big water tank built into it. But this thing almost definitely has more water. And if I have the big water tank on the back of that thing, I won't have the saddle to hook this thing up. So let's just get a truck with a saddle high. Not you. So I don't think I have anybody in the area. So let's just grab another guy here. It's nice to have all these vehicles. I wish he had a saddle at all. That'd be nice. Because he does not get used much, although he's not the greatest for getting around either, oddly enough. Bum bum bum. You know what? I want to take something big. Yeah, you'll do. Alright, heading up the road here. Bum bum bum, down here. See if we can't go this way. Or even, can I go through here? And then we'll figure it out on where we want to go from there. Oh, yeah, he's another wide turner. And also very slow to turn those front wheels. He's got some decent speed, that's nice. And that center wheel there that's up off the ground, you can lower those. Generally, if you have that down, you actually lose grip. So it's not great because it kind of pushes the other wheels up off the ground a bit, so you don't have as good as grip as you otherwise would. The upside of it is that it does raise your truck up, so if you have a trailer attached and it's getting hung up on stuff, you can put those wheels down and it'll pull up the trailer as well, which can help you get over certain obstacles. The trailer stops hanging up on those. It's also nice because if you go over something, you know, like a tree or rocks or something, it gives you a little extra something for those things to roll on, you know, if it's high centered on those. The wheels will kind of protect you from damage. Yeah, we'll see how this guy does, pulling this giant water trailer, which is going to be a big tank. It's I remember this from before. There, it's a big trailer, and yeah, great. He doesn't have any repair supplies on him either. That's one of the downsides of this vehicle. No extra fuel or repair stuff, except for the tires. He's got spare tires that you can put on there. Ooh, hopefully they're not in the way. I just thought of that. Fuck. Sometimes with those on, you can't put on certain trailers because they bump into it. And this might be one of those. I guess, I mean, we're almost there. Let's just go and find out. Yeah. Jeez. It takes like 10 or 15 seconds to turn the fucking wheel on this thing. Jesus. So you can start turning before you get there and then turn it back and yeah. Oops. I thought it wanted me to go up there. I've driven vehicles like this with the really big steering wheels, right? You gotta turn and turn and turn to get those front tires turned. It's a pain in the ass. Actually, I think when I was on the farm we had a suicide knob on the wheel, which made it so much easier. You can look that up if you want to find out what that is, but yeah, it's a little knob that you attach to the steering wheel and then you just grab that and then you just whip it around with one arm. Yeah, I was just thinking, where am I going? Yeah, I might have to bump the graphics down. This is starting to get a little... Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me. That tree hit the gas tank from the side, like... Yeah. Ooh, I got 30 more experience. Doesn't actually mean anything anymore. I've maxed out ages ago. Conflict upon saddle high. Oh, it's a saddle low, so it doesn't matter anyway. Well, shit. I actually towed one of these once. With, I think it was this vehicle too. I hooked on a winch. I winched the thing up onto my deck there, so that those front legs there were up off the ground, and it was somehow it worked. I pulled the whole thing around like that, like it was on attached, but it was just winched onto me. But I don't want to do that this time. All right. Let's just pull him out of the way. Alright, so it's a saddle low. I figured this giant water container would be a better one than that, but whatever. I always go to the bottom. These are the vehicles that were used. Like when you use one, it goes into the top, right? So the last one, the oldest one you used are at the bottom here. So I start there because I like to give everything a good workout. Man, this guy looks like he would do well, but he always does so extremely bad. I'll just be like stuck constantly. And I'm not looking to be frustrated right now. The Royal might do okay. Actually, he probably will. This guy definitely will. Screw it. bring anything else. Okay. I'm just looking to see if there's any beacons and fogs lights. That would be good to have. What do I never put? Oh, because I didn't have money back then, that's why. Let's try that. And then... Sure, why not? What the fuck? Sure. I hate the horns. And the exhaust, I never change it. Doesn't really matter. Alright. Back up we go. This guy might actually go a lot faster than the other one did. Let's find out. Yeah, I remember this guy. He doesn't have locking differential, which is usually the biggest deal that you can get. Better than all-wheel drive even. But I think they compensated with this guy by giving him like extra grip or something, because he always does really well. Could be that the engine's like super powerful too or something, I'm not sure, but there's a few like this. They have limitations, but then they kind of gave them some buffs to help them overcome those. I think you find this one on the Alaska map? Can't remember. Some people were saying this truck was easy mode, and it was one worth going after early if you can find it. Yeah, I think he actually is going a little faster than the other one was. Just looking at the, what is that, the tool kit on the left? Looks like a gas tank spot, but it's got like drawers on it. Or doors anyway. And then under that is 4 red cylinders. Like, that's not the gas tank. Gas tanks are under the stairs on either side. I wonder what that's supposed to be. Oof. Alright, you know what? That's starting to make my head hurt. These fast vehicles. Anti-aliasing, FSA, motion blur. Yeah, no, it wasn't those. I had all those on already. Sharpening, maybe this. We'll try turning that off, see what happens. Oh yeah, it definitely seems less sharp, doesn't it? But did it get rid of... I don't know if it helped with the weird lagginess. Maybe. Let's turn that back on. What was that? Sharpening. Turn that on. Let's turn off that. Okay, so it does look a little better. Actually, I think it's smoother. Oh yeah, it's way smoother. Okay, I'm gonna leave that. Come on, you can do it. I think it's just to the left here. Yeah. Stupid tree. Seriously? Oh wait, now it's all jerky again. What the fuck? It's gotta be this weird exhaust whenever I'm looking through the exhaust. No? Shit, I don't know. Alright, is it full? How can I tell? There was a way to tell. Oh, there it is. Trailer over here. 0 out of 3,700. Poop. But looks like we can refill over there. So. I don't know if you were watching, but it probably was pushing the truck down when I did that. Because I noticed that before when you fill up these tanks and stuff, and add weight, that the vehicle starts lowering down. Alright. So we were coming through here, here, here. Go past that, go up here, go there. Head down this road here. Not exactly sure how I'm going to get there. I'm going to head back to the road here, and then we can come down here. It's still better than it was, so I'm going to leave it. And things still look pretty good, so, yep. Of course, I'm not sure how much you guys can see, because I think when I'm watching the videos, I know on YouTube the quality comes across pretty good, but on some of the other ones it doesn't so much. I mean, it wasn't bad, but it's certainly not what I'm seeing. Let's put it that way. Yeah, so this guy, no locking differential yet. He just pulls right through there, so whatever. I'm not going to complain. It's good. It's going to keep him in low gear here for a second. It's definitely that the exhaust thing when you're looking through it, I think. It seems to be worse. Actually, it is just looking through that. No? I don't know. I wonder if there's a way to turn that off, because I don't really need that. Who cares? Video. Let's see. Texture, ambient water, volume is. We have that off, which is good because it just blurs everything up. Maybe it's this. Yeah, particle weather effects, mud ice. You know what? I could try turning that down. I still see it, but I don't know. How much does this thing take? 3,700 or something? 3,600? That is not going to be enough for one trip, that's for sure. Oh shit, it's 1 o'clock already? Jesus. I gotta go up and mow the lawn. No, I'm still getting a little bit of blur there at some point. Okay. Huh, there's kind of a road here. Good. How much do we have left? 1,000. Well, let's go drop it off. There's something weird going on with the train too. Maybe it's always done. I just didn't notice before. It's like a couple meters out in front of the vehicle. It's like redrawing ground cover. Yeah, I know. I cut that really close. Don't care. What's happening here? Am I supposed to drive up there? Ah, I see. Actually, that looks fairly decent. Let's go through here. Fuck. Oh, there's a road here. Whoops. Fucking thing. Wonder where that goes. Down here, probably. Yeah. That looks like it right there. Well, I have to get back up there. But I think I'm going to call it there. I gotta go eat some breakfast, because, yeah, I haven't eaten anything yet today. It's a fasting thing. It's good for you. Look it up. And then I'm probably going to go out and mow the lawn, because it should be dry by now. I'm going to have rain tonight and tomorrow, so if I don't do it today, I'm screwed. I'll have to do it after work or something, and that's never fun, because I'm always tired after work. Alright, so, at least the video happened this time, so that's good. I'll have to keep an eye on it too next time I'm starting up a stream, make sure it doesn't tweak out on me, decide not to show video. Alrighty, I'll see you guys on the flip side. Later.